Elon Musk is working on a vehicle that could revolutionize space travel. The Starship, as it'll be called, will be a fully reusable transportation system capable of transporting up to 100 people to Mars. Elon Musk's private spaceflight business, SpaceX, was founded with the idea of making life multi-planetary. He claims that relocating humans to other worlds, such as Mars, could save humanity in the event of a calamity on Earth, such as a massive asteroid hit. The SpaceX founder has frequently expressed his desire to develop settlements on Mars. Settlements, he says, would require a significant number of people to become self-sustaining. Welcome to Tech Bang, and in today's video, we will take a look at the truth about Elon Musk's new Cargo Starship. The integrated system known as Starship will tower 120 meters tall. 6 highly efficient Raptor engines developed over a decade by SpaceX are mounted at the back of the 50-meter-long craft. The engine's design reduces the quantity of propellant wasted by breaking down the combustion processes into phases. The propellant tanks are located in the vehicle's center. These provide the Raptors with liquid methane and liquid oxygen. The fuel is methane and the oxidizer is oxygen, a chemical that causes the fuel to burn. Methalox is the name given to this combo. Although methane is an unusual fuel for rocket engines, it can provide a lot of thrusts. In view of Musk's plans for Mars, it's also a wise decision. The Sabatier reaction, according to SpaceX founder Elon Musk, might be used to synthesize CH4 from Martian subterranean water and atmospheric carbon dioxide. Refueling the Starship using Martian resources for the return voyage to Earth would provide a level of self-sufficiency, making travels more viable and cost-effective. A massive payload compartment towards the front of the spacecraft, also referred to as the upper stage, will be able to transport significant cargo or people to deep space destinations. Let's go on to the rocket now. Super Heavy will be packed with 3,400 tons of cryogenic Methalox and will be 70 meters long. It will be propelled by 32 Raptor engines and should have a maximum thrust of more than 70 meganewtons. It should be able to carry at least 100 tons of payload to low Earth orbit and maybe as much as 150 tons. This will make Super Heavy more powerful than the massive Saturn V launcher utilized in the 1960s and 1970s for the Apollo moon missions. SpaceX has a bold proposal to use its launch tower to catch the falling rocket. While the spacecraft and rocket are sitting on the launch pad, this tower allows engineers and crew members access to the spacecraft and rocket. From the launch tower, a pair of steel arms will stretch. As the spent booster falls into these arms, the grid fins will bear the load. Because of its resemblance to a creature from the Godzilla films, the skyscraper has been called Mechzilla. Musk plans to build roughly 40 rooms in the payload area near the front of the upper stage for long-haul voyages to Mars and back, which might take up to 9 months each way. If you really wanted to cram people in, you could have 5 or 6 people per cabin. However, I believe we should expect 2 or 3 individuals per cabin for a total of roughly 100 people per voyage to Mars, Musk stated. Common areas, storage space, a galley, and a shelter will also be located on the payload bay to protect passengers from solar storms, which occur when the sun spews hazardous charged particles into space. NASA's Artemis mission, which intends to create a long-term human presence on the moon, will also use the Starship. The U.S. Space Agency gave SpaceX a $2.89 billion contract in April 2021 to develop Starship into a lander capable of sending astronauts to the moon this decade. Engineers have used parachutes or constructed the vehicle such that it can land on a runway to carry other spacecraft back to Earth. The upper stage of the Starship, on the other hand, adopts a different strategy. When the ship is ready to land on Earth, it enters the atmosphere at a 60-degree angle before belly flopping to the ground on a horizontal position. SpaceX has been testing multiple upper stage designs at its Starbase site in Boca Chica, Texas, during the last 3 years. The business began in 2019 with a 39-meter-tall test piece called Starhopper, which resembled a water tower in appearance, and flew it to 150 meters above the ground. Starship's serial number, the first prototype with a nose cone and flaps, soared to a height of 12.5 kilometers in December 2020. It belly flopped back to Earth, providing SpaceX with crucial engineering data on the vehicle's final stages of return from space. SN8, on the other hand, approached the landing pad too quickly and forcefully, causing it to crumble and explode. 3 more test objects detonated until Starship SN15 successfully landed in May 2021 with a soft landing. Starship will be launched on Super Heavy for its maiden orbital test flight in 2022, according to SpaceX. That's it for today's video. We would love to know your thoughts about SpaceX's Starship down in the comments section. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Tech Bang if you are not already subscribed. Stay safe, and we will see you in the next video.